Thanks everyone for joining. We're going to get started now. And what we are doing is building a Blitz application. Blitz is a framework on top of React.js. Here's the homepage, blitzjs.com. Blitz has just released an alpha of their Breaking 2.0 change. This is a major change. It's not just a matter of changing like syntax, like the Angular 1 to Angular 2 there's a lot of syntax and migration needed to happen. In this case, this is actually paradigm changing. The paradigm difference is that instead of being React specific, which was Blitz 1, Blitz 2 will be a framework agnostic toolkit, but I've been told it's still going to prioritize the next stack. So we're still going to use the next stack, and we're going to dive into it. This is part 2 in a series. You can see part 1 for the business context and the motivation and so forth. TLDR, I am taking my budget spreadsheet and I'm not doing the budget portion, I'm doing the savings and investment plan, as well as some non-financial, what I call economic health. For example, how can I trade off paying my credit card versus spending a little extra to buy some health food to meet my health goals of bulking or dieting, etc., or getting better sleep, non-financial goals. Okay. So with that, let's kick up VS Code. By the way, if you're on TikTok, you can join me on YouTube or Twitch to see the entire screen. Encourage you to do that. I have my, yeah, let's clear this. So I have my stream chat open. So if you drop a comment, I will try to keep up with that. Cool. Let's open git bash. Default is to PowerShell. We're going to git bash into, let's see. I don't know if I've cloned it. So let me cd up a level. Now I'm in my GitHub workspace. I'll ls pipe grep. What I'm looking for is Kahneman. It's not there. So I have not cloned this. So let's go over to GitHub. /cam2. Not 100% sure what that means. Python. This is not using Python. This will be using TypeScript. Cool. So I haven't cloned it down yet, so let me go to my GitHub page. This is open source, by the way, so you'll be able to see it. If you would like to access it, you can see it on the screen right here. It's called Kahneman. After Daniel Kahneman, the Nobel Prize winning, here, I'll give him a quick shout out, Daniel Kahneman. So he is a psychologist by training, and he is the only psychologist to have won the Nobel Prize in economics. So he is one of the fathers of behavioral economics. Thinking Fast and Slow is the book that you want to keep in mind, Thinking Fast and Slow, where he basically documents like systematic bias in the way that people make decisions. Cool. And so this is an economic health application. And one of the things it seeks to do by being an economic health application is that it's going to, we can see in this, you can read this on your own time, but the one which relates to Daniel Kahneman is behavioral considerations. So it will even be personalized based on your specific personality. So this is going to be far superior to your traditional commercial banker who, if you're lucky, when recommending securities, they will check your risk preference. And if you're very lucky, they might check a basic form of your time preference, which is your target retirement date. Cool. So here's the GitHub repository. We'll click the code button, grab the HTTPS, Control-C, copy it to clipboard. Return to VS Code. The git command is git clone, subcommand clone, paste the URL, making sure that I'm in my GitHub workspace. That's the location that we're going to paste this. Paste it. Cool. And now if I up arrow twice, ls grep con again, con being the substring for the folder name Kahneman, I now find it. I can cd Kahneman. ls, nothing's going on here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to blitz and init. First, I need to check my version of Blitz. I believe it's outdated. Blitz version. So I have a globally installed version 0453. I would like to in theory, I could npm upgrade or yarn upgrade. I don't trust those. So what I prefer to do is remove and then reinstall. So let's do that now. I'm going to npm list dash dash, let's see, npm list blitz. I want to check whether I installed blitz using npm or yarn. So npm blitz, this could be the wrong, npm list dash g, this could be the wrong command. Okay, so npm list dash g is showing my globally installed npm packages. I do not see blitz. So now I think it's yarn list. Let me yarn list dash help to make sure that's a thing. Let's see. Yarn list dash help, it does exist. So what I'd like to do is yarn list blitz. Seems like it's not detected. Let's just straight up yarn list. Yarn list dash dash version. So this is not what we want. Let's just uninstall, and then if it doesn't exist, it'll tell us that it doesn't exist. So yarn uninstall, or I think it's yarn remove blitz. Ah, not in this directory, it's saying. So I need to do the global version. So yarn remove dash, is it dash G? Let me go to Google. Yarn globally uninstall. Hey, quick question. How did you start this startup project? Go to GitHub, create a new repository. What is this about? Creating an investment application. What are you hacking over there? We're making a full stack application that will allow me to define investment opportunities and create a plugin. We're going to have different versions, Debt Snowball, Debt Avalanche, and then custom ones. We'll be able to sort so that as someone doing my budget, after my budget, if I have spare change, I can come over to my investment app and figure out the best use of funds, basically. Yarn remove, right? Okay, so I guess it's yarn global remove. Yarn global remove blitz. And there we go, that's working. Thank you for the follow and the likes. Wait, what was it called? You said too fast. So I'm not sure which thing you're asking about being called. So the open source project that I'm building is called Kahneman. You know you could stream your monitor directly to TikTok, right? No, I did not know that. So please, let's see. I'll need to figure out how to do that. Maybe you could message me something or comment something on one of my videos. I am streaming to YouTube and Twitch. If you'd like to see the full screen, just search my name, John Vanderveer. Search that in YouTube or Twitch. Again, thank you for all the likes. So the application that I'm building is open source. It's on github.com, Vanderveer/Kahneman. And we will be using Blitz as our framework. So this is Blitz, which is a full stack React framework. So I think those are the things that I mentioned. Okay, great. We uninstalled Blitz. Now we're going to yarn global install. And we need to install it at an alpha version because the alpha version is protected. It's not the default version. You see how it's marked as pre-release? Because it's marked as pre-release, if I simply yarn add Blitz, it will not pick the alpha. It will pick 54, or 0.54. This is the one I would like. So I think I just need to say at. Okay, what kind of investment? Stocks? All investments, including non-financial investments. Stocks is thinking way too small. Take a look at my Excel spreadsheet. So here's mortgage, here's HELOC, Now, the interesting thing about HELOC is that it's interest only. So if I make monthly payments, in theory, it will never be paid off. So instead of just saying my cash flow in the HELOC, I have two scenarios. One scenario is 250 over and one scenario is 50 over. So these are hypothetical payoff strategies for a HELOC. Another investment would be fixing my car. Fixing your car is not traditionally thought of as an investment. However, so currently it's broken, so if I try to sell it, it's scaring people off. If I fix it and try to sell it, it will sell for substantially more. So there's a cash on cash return, so it's an investment. Install basement kitchen, another example of something that is not typically thought of as an investment. But if I do that, I can rent out my basement. Student loans, credit cards, sleep more, go on vacation, buy healthier stuff, and go to gym. So you can see these are non-financial investments. If I buy healthier stuff, it's going to cost me money. What am I getting? What am I getting in return? I'm getting a health benefit. How do I know if that's an optimal investment? I need to have a way to compare financial and non-financial investments. And that's the cool thing that my application is going to do that basically nobody does today. Okay. Send me an email if you would like to chat about like how to actually use this budget. It's my own budgeting system. Where can you email me? Well, I thought my email was right here. John@ladderly.io. Ladderly. So, you know, I have a Ladderly Teachable course. I do make it a touch difficult to get in contact with me because I don't want to get spammed, but it's just like this, John@ladderly.io. It's just like that. So you can email me there. Cool, so let's return to what we were doing. Yarn global, it's going to be add, not install. Add Blitz at the alpha subversion of interest. Cool, it resolves successfully and very quickly. You gotta love Yarn. Got to love Yarn. So if you're a recent joiner on the TikTok stream, thanks for being here. You can see my full screen if you go to YouTube or Twitch. Got almost 400 likes. Thank you so much. My guy, you working in software dev right now? I sure do. I sure do. Okay, so the Blitz install is done. We can confirm Blitz -- version. So Blitz is found. Blitz is found. And it is the version that we want. Is this C? No, we will be using Blitz, which is a TypeScript. You can use JavaScript. I'm not going to use JavaScript. I'm going to use TypeScript. So it's a JavaScript / TypeScript framework. React is not a framework. React is a rendering library. Blitz is a framework. Thank you for the follow, Z Benner. Okay, so let's get started with Blitz. The documentation it's going to have like a getting started. Yeah, here's get started. So it does not talk about the alpha version, right? Thank you for the follow, Mario. So the alpha version is so new that it's like a non-standard getting started. So the getting started is going to talk about the old version. So I need to look specifically for alpha version documentation. So let's look for that. I want to go back to the release notes over here. Ibrahim, thank you for the follow. So let's go to the alpha branch, and hopefully the alpha branch README will have some notes. So these are all commits on the alpha branch. During Blitz new. So it implies that we use Blitz new, which is actually the normal way to kick off a Blitz project. So I guess it's still going to be using Blitz new, which is good. So we'll click over here. This is the change set. I just want to get to the commit. Okay, here's the pull request. Oh, it's pulling to main. So is main the alpha version? Let's look at the package.json on main. This is confused because the main package version is the 0 series. Okay, so it looks like they did something like a hotfix basically, where it's pointing me back to the SHA. The SHA was pulled against main, and then they pulled it into the alpha branch anyway. Let me skim. I might just guess and check. Guess and check is an important developer skill, right? Can you share Twitch, YouTube for the live stream, please? Yeah, just search my name. Like it's John Vanderveer, just like on TikTok, John Vanderveer. So you see, if you search John Vanderveer, my TikTok handle, if you search it on YouTube, you find me. If you go over to Twitch, you can search the same thing and find me. So just search my TikTok handle in your platform of choice. Good question. Billy, thank you for the follow. Okay, so it's looking like we get started the same way as if it's a non-alpha, but I want to double check if there's an alpha branch here. So here, we're on the main branch, and I'll scroll through. I see 0 series release branches. I don't see a branch named alpha. We can look for some more release. We have some next branches. I think that's going to be about Next.js. I think that's not what we're looking for. Yeah, so, ooh, we have tags. Okay, so there's an alpha tag. Okay, great. So we found the alpha tagged branch. Good. Now if I go to the package.json, I should see the alpha. Still, I don't see it. Okay, they must be like releasing it using command line parameters instead of the npm package configuration, which is kind of confusing. P-npm lock. Maybe they're using p-npm. Lock file version 5.4, there's like all this stuff. This is not what I want. Blitz, even that seems to be 0 series, doesn't it? Workspace. So this almost seems like they're releasing from their local, or maybe from a CI/CD process that has a folder called Workspace. All right, so forget about it. I'm not going to try and hunt it down. But this is the branch. Let's look at their README. That was the point of trying to find the branch. So the theory is that the alpha README will have alpha instructions, which could be hoping for too much, but we'll see. Whoa, so these are all the contributor picks. I guess I should be on here, huh? Yeah, there I am. So I've contributed to Blitz, so they got a picture of me. Harold. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, or your username anyway. Cool. So as far as the docs are concerned, it's the same old setup. So let's do this. Blitz new my app name. Okay. So then you can cd my app name. So I'll cd up a level, and I will blitz new Kahneman. Pick the language. Would like to use TypeScript, please. Which would you like to do, full or minimal? I don't know the difference, but let's pick full. npm yarn, pnpm skip. Let's do yarn. React final form, React hook form, forming. I don't have an opinion. Let's quickly check which is the most popular. npm package comparison. So we'll use 3 comparison sites. So I'm going to do React final form, formic, and React, what is the other one? Hook form, hook. React hook form. Okay, so it looks like React hook form wins narrowly at present day over time. You know, it started from the bottom, now it's here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick React hook form because I like hooks anyway. We'll skip these other comparison sites. React hook form it is. Not English. Okay, that makes sense. The file readme has conflicts. What do you want to do? I want to overwrite, and then I'll manually reconcile. Get ignore, overwrite. No problem. Do your thing. Blitz is the boss. Shout out to Nixie Sparkling Water. If you want to sponsor me, let me know because I love your sparkling waters. This is watermelon mint. I'm here for it. We love this. 16 on TikTok and got, looks like, I don't know, 4 on the other channels. Thanks for being here, y'all. What fast food place has the best burger? You know, I'm probably going to go Whataburger. It's definitely not In-N-Out. It's definitely not In-N-Out. There's Five Guys is pretty damn good, depending on how you customize it, right? Can you walk through what you're doing right now for beginners? Yes, I'm initializing a Blitz project. This is going to make a lot more sense to you if you just like stick with the stream and watch than if I verbally explain it. I think if I verbally explain it, it's going to sound too complicated. So all I've done so far is I've installed a new Blitz project. Blitz new Condiment. So I created a GitHub repository. I can close this by now. I don't need this stuff anymore. Move the budget over here. So I made a GitHub repository because I'm going to make a web application. We're going to make a website. And Blitz helps us make websites really high quality, really easily. Can you do a CS50 type of guide? Check the link in my bio. You can talk to me about what you mean. If you're asking me to like author a course, that's a lot of work. I'm down. Someone would need to pay me. I'm not going to do that for free. I do have my own teachable course, latterly.io or latterly.teachable.com. It redirects if you go to latterly.io. It will forward you to the teachable course. And you can learn to code. You can learn to code there. So join that or send me an email, john@latterly.io, if you want to do something more custom or personalized. Sharp Edge Collection, thanks for the follow. Teacher Gamer GG, thanks for the follow. Bet, thanks. You got it. Great question. Thanks for being here. We're almost to 1,000 likes. Thank you so much for the participation. Reminder, if you're on TikTok, that you can go to YouTube or Twitch and see the full screen. Okay, so by now the installation process I would think would normally be done, but it looks like it's still in progress. Okay, so it's done. So now let's blitz dev and see what happens. Ooh, insta failure. Require stack noop.js. Okay, this is what happens when you work with alpha software, right? It could be buggy. So the good news is that I'm like kind of pro, so I could potentially help them. So let's see. I've contributed in the past, and I have no problem contributing again. So the application that we would like to add is, what is it called? Condiment. HIJK. Here's the condiment folder. We'll add it to VS Code. Okay, so this is the application that we just installed, and then we tried to use it, and it didn't work. So why did it not work? It did not work because there's a module called noop.js that was not found. Yeah, this is probably so I think I know how to fix this. Their installer is making some assumptions. Their installer is assuming that I'm installing inside of the project folder, not the workspace folder. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to file an issue, and I think the quickest thing to do here would be to nuke the folder and then just try again. But I'll mention the issue on their Blitz. So this will be a bug report. Alpha install fails from workspace folder. And I'll mention the version. At alpha.54. At alpha.54. What is the problem? I installed a fresh alpha app and received the error mentioned in the log section, in the paste log section. When I try to blitz, what did I try? Blitz dev? When I try to blitz dev. Performing means test again. Are you coding this commercially or just for fun? Just for fun. I would not recommend alpha software for a commercial project. Blitz dev. Let's preview this, make sure it looks good. Cool, it looks good. All relevant code snippets here. Not any. Detailed steps to reproduce. Nice. Wish you a good time. I'm asleep. All right, see ya. Thanks for dropping by. On Windows, using git bash, globally install. What are you using Python for if Blitz is a React framework? I'm not using Python. I'm not using Python. Oh, now it has a mistake in package manager there because it says package manager npm, although I used yarn. Globally install Blitz at alpha via yarn. Yes. Note. Blitz v mentions npm package manager, but I did not use npm, and neither did I select npm during Blitz new prompt. Well, so on Windows, using git bash, globally install Blitz at alpha via yarn. Have a workspace folder with many GitHub projects. In the workspace folder, not the project repo folder, run blitz new Kahneman. Content is correctly populated within project repo folder, but when I blitz dev in the folder, it looks for a noop.js file in the workspace here and doesn't find it. All right, so we'll submit that. Anyone good with React here? Yo boy. Thanks for all the follows. Is it a bug reporting? Yes, I did. This is a bug report, is what I just did. Thanks for joining. Remember, you can visit YouTube or Twitch and see the full screen. Just search my TikTok handle, John Vandeveer. Search that on YouTube or Twitch, and you will see the live stream. Okay, so we did that. Yeah, it's a pain, but it's a good contribution to open source, so I'm here for it. So we did that. Now we're going to rimwrap the folder. That means we're going to delete it and its recursive children. So rm-rf. This is an extremely dangerous operation. Make sure you know that you know what you're doing. So we're going to rimwrap Kahneman. How do you do a bug report? That's an excellent question. I would say just review this URL as an example of something that I just did. The Blitz repository, when you create a new issue, it has a form that you fill out. So they do a good job of guiding you about the details that they want to see when you create a bug. So here's Blitz, Blitz.js. This is the software, open source software that I'm using. I click the Issues tab, I click New Issue. And then it gives me various options, and I just pick Bug Report. And then they guide you from there. Cool. The rimwrap is in progress, and now it has completed. Let's click the refresh button. We can see the Kahneman folder is empty. Baka, what's up? Good to see you. Tuning in from TikTok, Teacher Gamer, thank you so much. Great to see y'all. Do you work as a developer? Yes. Okay. So now we will cd into the Kahneman folder. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need to rm Kahneman and reclone. So when I rimref, I also destroyed the Git project data, which is a huge problem if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, it's not a big deal. It's just like a detail you have to track. So we can see, here's my GitHub workspace. YouTube gang turn up. We got all the platforms competing. I love it. If I look for the Kahneman folder, we can see it's not here. So I actually deleted the Kahneman folder itself. I can ls pipe grep con. I should get no results. Confirm, I get no results. This is good. This is a good thing because I need to reclone. Okay, so we go back over here. Let's reclone. I'm in my GitHub folder, git clone, paste the URL. Thank you very much for the follows. We just got 3 follows: Jeremiah, Just GG Son, and Alejandro. Rosales Munoz. Is it Munoz or is it Munoz? I bet it's Munoz, isn't it? They made it too hard to put that tilde in. Okay, so we recloned. I can see it is being tracked live by VS Code. This is not Python. This is TypeScript we're going to be using. So this time, instead of Blitz New from my workspace folder, I went to Blitz New from the project folder, the top level of the repository, the Kahneman folder. So now I'm going to Blitz New Kahneman. We'll see what this does. In theory, oh, and we want to pick TypeScript. So you can see TypeScript and JavaScript are both supported by Blitz, but I would like types. Are you working hourly? Not currently. This is open source work. When I work on my day job, I'm salaried also, so I'm not hourly there either. I do teach people to code hourly, so send me an email if you'd like personalized one-on-one mentoring. Or like I might do group teaching, so let me know if you're interested in that too. We're going to pick yarn once again. We're going to pick React hook form once again. So it's doing everything that we did earlier. It's just setting it up again. But this time we're going to hopefully have the noop.js file. It will hopefully be inside of the repository. Evan, thank you for the follow. GH TikTok user, thank you for the follow. Drop your name in the chat and I'll shout you out if you want, because I don't think that's your real name, GH TikTok. Okay, we're linking dependencies, means we are more than halfway installed. The packages have already been fetched. Param Grace, 0, thank you for the follow. Why are you using Blitz over just CSS HTML? This is such a good question. Let's see. The answer is very, very long and complex, but I'll try to make it simple. Oh, wow. XQC Baka basically, or largely just answered it. Blitz is a batteries included framework that's inspired by Ruby on Rails. Yes, so what does it mean batteries included? It will include an ORM, Object Relational Mapper. That's connection to the database. It will help you seed and migrate your database. Basically control your database via code. You can't do that in CSS and HTML. So that's one thing that's really important. It has a scaffolding tool. What is a scaffolding tool? It means I can type a few commands into my command line, and it will generate a full stack flow for a new database entity. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, as a junior, that's maybe not going to make much sense. And that's one of the reasons that I don't suggest Blitz to juniors. Like, I don't. I suggest you start vanilla, then you learn React. After you learn React, then you get into Blitz maybe. Probably you want to look at Node and Express first, but if you're a bit ambitious, you can dive right into Blitz. Like Django, yes, it is like Django, but it is much, much, much better. But you can think of it as like a much, much, much better version of Django. Yeah, you can do that. How does that work with AWS or any cloud structure? This is an excellent question. Thank you for this question. So you can integrate in multiple ways. First of all, you can use an EC2 or a thick, like continuously running cloud box. Does it work with any CI/CD? I hesitate to say any CI/CD, but it works with like most of them. Somewhat helps speed up backend. Yes, a huge amount of speed up backend and some of speed up front end, but mostly speed up backend, yes. Learn Perl. Yeah, I mean, I know Perl, but Perl's a scripting language. You don't want to build a full stack application in Perl. Perl's pretty cool for what, for what it's useful for. So yeah, basically you can run it on an EC2, you can run it on an ECS, you can run it Dockerized. In the similar services from the other cloud providers, you can also use a dedicated infrastructure as a service. Brandon, what's the guy's name? Brandon Fly Bayer on TikTok. He's basically he's the creator of Blitz. Our builds are really slow with AWS Amplify. Yeah, this is going to be a lot better than, it's going to be a lot better than Amplify. Although, like, whatever you're doing, it might be hard to transition, but once you transition, it will be a lot better. So Fly Bayer is the creator of Blitz. He also created Copilot. Where's the or Flight Control? Not Copilot, that's a different thing. Flight Control. So Flight Control is infrastructure as a service specifically for Blitz and AWS. So check out flightcontrol.dev. And this can really help you with Blitz on AWS. You also can possibly, depending on what code you have, you can also possibly get this to run inside of serverless style. So either with Lambda functions or Fargate. Cool. All right, so the installation is done. How come most companies don't use Node.js for the backend? I'm not sure about that. What percentage of companies use Node for their backend? I feel like PHP is probably the most popular just because it's cheap. Yeah, I think something like half of websites are on PHP. Yeah, look at this. 98% of Fortune 500 companies utilize Node.js on a regular basis. Easy game, easy life. Hey, what's up? Thanks for being here. Now, Ben does make a good point. For some applications that are really intense in terms of performance, Node is just not fast enough. That's true. So then you will go like Java or C or Golang or something else, Rust maybe. And then also some people use Python for the server. Why do people do that? A lot of times there are two reasons. One, Python is just easy to code with. And two, if your company has data science going on, then your company knows Python. And so if they already know Python, why add a second programming language? You can just build your server in Python. Cons of React, weak opinions. Maybe it's just my area. Most backend full stack jobs here are Java and C#. Yeah, that's going to be just your area. That's going to be just your area. There's a lot of them all over, but C# is really like a pretty small. I shouldn't call it small because there's a lot of C# jobs out there. But compared to JavaScript, it's nothing. Check this out, Indeed. We'll go to Indeed real quick. I don't want to get too much on a tangent, but let's look at this. C#. Just compare C# to JavaScript. C# developer, right? Find jobs. This is going to be, I don't want to look in Centerville. I want to look anywhere in the USA. Indeed, be nice, please. So anywhere in the United States, C# developer, 70,000 jobs. Okay, now let's look for JavaScript developer. 75,000 jobs. Ooh, not that many more. Not that many more. Node.js, Node developer. Node.js doesn't have a lot. Node.js, maybe I'm searching this wrong. Node.js is 10. How about TypeScript? 18. So yeah, if we stick with JavaScript, there's more, but I'm surprised at I'm surprised at how little more there are, although there are more. And then if you add Node and TypeScript, you get even more, but still, it's not like double. I thought it was going to be like double, honestly. Now you can do just search for JavaScript. Now you're over 100,000, right? Because this will include like React developer, which is not a JavaScript developer, but it needs JavaScript. And so if you just search on the skill, we're at 100,000. Oop, that's a bad search. 100,000 versus 90. So still, you know what? I'm a little bit surprised at how many C# jobs there are. That's cool though. Here you can see C# and React. So that's not like necessarily competitors. That's a good point. Cool. All right, so that was a fun tangent. Why are you not trying out Web3 and going as a crypto dev? I heard it's twice the money, and if you're okay with being shady, it's 10x normal dev job. So I have done some Web3. Tune into the streams. I've done some I've been sponsored by Third Web. Yeah, so Third Web sponsored me. So this is like a Web3 platform. So I've done that, but also like I make almost 400 grand a year. So no, it's not going to be twice the money. Coinbase tried to hire me. They just went through a layoff. Super risky. I'm not here for it. Sorry. But yeah, tune into the streams. I like mess around with it sometimes. What do you think about machine learning? And is it a good career path? It's an excellent career path. Make sure that you have good understanding of stats. There's nothing scarier than a machine learning, like a data scientist that doesn't understand stats. I just graduated boot camp where they taught us the full MERN stack. Any advice? I have some projects under my belt. Yeah, my advice is start interviewing. That sounds great. Send me an email if you want more personalized advice, but boot camps are great. And my real advice would be don't be surprised when you have to apply hundreds of times. The biggest mistake that I see bootcamp graduates make is they say, oh, I went to a boot camp. You know, I went to a boot camp. I should be able to apply like 5, 10, maybe 20 places and get an interview, right? Like, no, you might have to do hundreds of applications actually. And so just don't let that scare you, because you're totally going to get a job at the end of the day. And good job for going through a boot camp. Congrats. But if you want any more help, just email me, john@ladderly.io. Ladderly. Or sign up here and it'll send me an email and I'll get in contact with you. Or you can join there's a Discord that I have. There's like a bunch of ways to contact me. You can tweet me. Find me on Twitter and tweet me, dog. Thanks, you got it. Okay, so let's blitz dev. That's what we're here for, right? We want to make sure this thing even works. Okay, so this didn't work. That's okay. CD condiment. Oh, and now I feel dumb all of a sudden. Loaded. Now I feel dumb all of a sudden because I'm not sure that I ever CD'd into the condiment folder last time. I better note that on the issue thing. Okay. 90 an hour is sturdy. Nothing wrong with it. What area of tech pays the most, the fastest? I don't know. And I think that's an over-optimization. Like, if you can make over $100,000, then like you're gonna be good, dude. So like, don't sweat the small stuff. Like, the important thing is that you land a job. The important thing is not whether you make 130, 140, 150. Land a job, and then once you take that step, you'll be able to see around and you'll be able to take one step at a time. Just take it one step at a time, my guy. In general, I recommend that people optimize on learning to code and land a job as quickly as possible, rather than finding the one thing that will make the most salary. Because here's the problem. There's an inverse correlation between job security and salary. High-paying jobs are really niche skills where there are few jobs available. You don't want to get into a market with few jobs available. You want to play the risk-averse game, play it safe, do it the right way, take the long road, don't take the get-rich-quick bullshit, crypto this, what is that? So go for JavaScript. Go for JavaScript and TypeScript and React. Learn React, not Python. Learn React. Land the job, and then you can upskill from there. What type of interview process is your interview like? Do they still test you on DSNA? Yeah, I got tested on DSNA for sure. You don't get over 200 grand a year without DSNA. In fact, it's kind of hard to get over 100 grand a year without DSNA. But you can absolutely get into the industry without DSNA. What's your take on working public versus private? I've worked in both. It's like, for me, it was a little easier to land a public job, but they don't pay as much and the tech is boring. So I think it's a great entryway, but for most people, I don't really recommend staying there. But for some people, stay there. Like, it's fine. If they're paying you, if you're happy. What is DSNA? It's data structure and algorithm. So it's like a traditional whiteboarding interview. Jobs without whiteboards. So hiring without whiteboards, check out this GitHub, hiring without whiteboards. This will do two things. It will, one, give you a better understanding of what a DSNA interview or whiteboarding interview is. And then secondly, it will give you a bunch of places where you can get a job without having to study those. Did you get a degree? I have a PhD in economics. Have you seen people get jobs with basic personal projects? Yes, I've done that myself. I'm a self-taught developer. Cool. Let's check out localhost. Let's see this thing work. Take a quick break to blow my nose. Oh no, internal server error. What do you think of contract companies like Ravature? I think it's a good idea for some people. I wouldn't recommend that for everybody. I think it's a good idea for some people though. My sister almost signed up for Ravature, but then she didn't follow through. Wait, what? They want you to write on the whiteboard like with a pen? So that's how it originated. Go check out the website like I told you. It'll explain it. It originated with markers on a whiteboard. These days, a lot of the interviews are done remotely, but you will still open up like a digital whiteboard, and you'll still do the same thing basically. Or you might even open like a Google Doc and like type. That's also very common, where you're not writing with a marker, but you're actually typing. Is that Laravel? No, it's very similar. So Blitz is very similar to Laravel. Okay, so this didn't work. Right click, inspect. Let's figure out what's failing. I think it's a database thing. Console, above error occurred in the user info component. Let's see the network tab first. Network tab, F5. Do I have any fails? Yes, get current user failed out of the box. Okay. So get current user is failing out of the box. My phone just froze. Did he answer the question? What's your role on the Blitz repository? I'm a contributor. Are tutorial projects enough to land a job? Usually not, but maybe sometimes. Why React over Python? This is like a long conversation. One answer is job market. Another answer is it's easier to learn for most people. I'm 22 with a basic physics degree and set for about 3 months learn to complete. Cool. I mean, if you are already close to like learning something, then just go through with it. That sounds good. Should I forget that and look for React jobs instead? No. I mean, if you like basically know Python already, go for it. I say learn React, not Python, when people are like, hey, what should I learn? Not when someone's like, dude, I already know Python. It's like, if you know Python, get a Python job. Do you ever think to go into more management and less coding? Yes, that's what I would like to do as probably my next career step, unless something goes strangely. Would you recommend JS and land a job within 5 months? Yeah, I would totally recommend that. Did you check your network tab in the 500? Yes, that's how I found out that get current user fails out of the box. Good call out. How is learning DSA for you? It's annoying for me. Hey, this is a really important shout out. I created a guide to learning data structures and algorithms. Let's see if I can remember it. Hacker Noon, yeah. 5 to 23 patterns to ace any coding interview. Check out this URL. Again, if you go to YouTube or Twitch, if you search, you can see the full screen. If you're on TikTok, it might be hard to look. If you're on TikTok, it might be hard to see what we're looking at. But this will teach you, basically the answer is use lead code, but like use it smart. Thank you for the follow, Seb. Would you say, hey, Brady, I don't really understand the question. If you're asking, oh, how many hours and days did you spend to learn programming? It took me about a year to land my first programming role. Do I need to know much about adjacency matrix for beginners? Shit, no. You do not need adjacency lists. Yeah, same. I can't keep up with these kids anymore. Sure you can. Sure you can. Yeah, my motive for going manager is not because I can't keep up with the kids. My motive for going manager is because I want to be able to influence a whole lot more than I'm able to as a developer on a team. I want to change industrial HR systems. I want to change our interview process and our policies. There's a lot of work to be done to improve our industry. Tech is great. I recommend everyone try out tech, but there's a lot of room for improvement. I'm 33. You think I'm still going to be able to make it as a programmer? I don't know your personal details. Email me if you would like a personalized discussion. But I would say the average 33-year-old can learn to code, absolutely. Okay, so we know that this 500 is out of the box. There's the network tab. Someone asked about that. That was a good question. Were you nervous in joining your first company as a SWE? Absolutely, yeah. I had loads of imposter syndrome back then, and I still get it sometimes. So you're always going to, I think most people are always going to encounter imposter syndrome, but if you're, I don't know, if you're paid enough money, you're going to be able to deal with it, right? Work is work. It's not you can take less money and have a happier job, or you can learn to manage your stress and go that route. It's kind of up to you. Okay, so the user info component. Let's go check out the user info component. Maybe there's something more. That's the interview answer. Yeah, I get that it's the interview answer. I'm lucky enough that for me it's also the true answer, which is another reason that I think that it should work out. So we'll see. Okay, we're looking in our components. Here's the app. I'm not sure, is it under auth components or core components? Oh, you know what? It does make sense. User info would be under user components. I don't see it in any of those places. That's bad news bears. We'll go to the index. Here's the index.tsx file. Oh, here's the user info component. So why would they not extract this? I'll add that as a nit. Yeah, well, having 2 kids in less time makes it so I can't grind like I used to. Feel you. Absolutely. User info is defined inside of index.tsx. Are y'all open to me moving it to users/components? or you'll open to me moving it to app users components. Okay, why aren't they using types? They do, check this out. So that's just a JSX element. So it's auto-defined. So like that's good enough basically. There's no props here. So it's just a JSX element, and that's totally fine. Layout, this is, you can see the type there. It's a React functional component. Image, there's like a really complex type there. You can see that. React FS is not implicit. So this is not a functional component. This is a JSX element. I'm not sure if we're talking past each other. They're a little bit different, right? Okay, so what was it complaining about? Error occurred in the auth route. Rhett will try to recreate this. I might need to do some Prisma migration stuff. Let me close this. I think that's going to be what it is. Okay, so let's do Blitz Prisma migrate. And let me also check out the style guide because it might have this stuff defined. I'm kind of like remembering this in the basic style guide. So maybe like if this works, we'll see. Getting started. If this works, the takeaway is going to be you can follow the traditional style guide. What are you using Prisma with? Blitz. So Blitz will configure a Prisma database for free. It's awesome. Okay, so this is getting started. Blitz, CD there, go there, there. So this is not talking about Prisma. Let's see. Is Blitz like Nest.js? No, it's not. It's different and it's better. So we created a new app. What is next? Why Blitz instead of next? Migrating to Blitz, trade-offs, free stickers. So I'm not seeing what I need here. So let me search. There's a search button. I will search for migrate. Switch to Postgres. Okay, let's look at the DB schema, the Prisma file in Kahneman, the Kahneman Prisma file. So we're using SQLite out of the box. That's good. How does it configure the database? Using a Prisma database schema file, as you can see in front of us. So we're using SQLite by default. That is good. Except that it's like not working. Prisma migrate dev. So let's try that. Blitz Prisma migrate dev. So the get current user is the error right now. That is correct. Okay, so we generated a Prisma client. That's good news. Maybe that's all that I needed to do. Blitz Prisma migrate dev. Let's go see if I can blitz dev now. All right, so server started up, refresh. No, you can see it like loads and then the database query fails. Okay. preview that, make sure it looks good. Looks good. No query mutations or resolvers found. I'll graduate bootcamp in 3 weeks. Congrats. Text Autoglass. That's awesome. Hey, we're almost at 2,000 likes. Let's get to 2,000. Okay, resolvers, Apollo GraphQL. I don't care about that. Let's look at this. This is Blitz. Yeah, let me add the string Blitz. Blitz alpha error. Yep, I'm getting the same thing. Possibly related to, or like seems related to latest comment. Best Udemy JavaScript courses, I don't know. I'm sure there are some good ones. I don't recommend them at this point in time because employer name recognition is low. Codecademy and Free Code Camp are what I recommend. Mostly Codecademy if you can afford it. Do you do any freelance like on Upwork? No. Once upon a time I did, and well, you know what? Hold on. I did some freelancing even earlier this year, but not through Upwork, just on my own. So occasionally, but like it's hard to find work, so I don't try that hard. But if people reach out to me, I'll send them an estimate. Yeah, so let me know if you like want something built. Do you have access to the model routes on the backend? Yes, I do. The one and only MAME. Thank you for the follow. Over 2,000 likes. Thanks. Y'all are an awesome audience. This rocks. The psychiatrist app. Yeah. So Mr. Juha is aware. Like I streamed it when I built it. I built an app for a psychiatrist earlier. I guess it was a month or two ago. Installing Blitz works fine, but as soon as I run Blitz dev, this happens. Yep. On Linux, the same setup runs without error. Okay, cool. Wow. Test out the get current user route on Postman or Insomnia. It's not necessary. I guarantee you it's not going to work. It's really not necessary. We can see on the server side, no query or mutation resolvers found. So they're not even found. So it's not like the UI is like miscommunicating with the backend. It's like they don't exist. Our company wouldn't be able to afford you. Just wondering why you stopped. That seems like a big compliment to me. Thank you very much. Okay, so they're at Alpha 45. I'm at a newer version, but I still get the same issue. Let me thumbs that up. Added toolkit, ready to work, triage, yeah. Yeah, so basically it doesn't work on Windows. So the alpha doesn't work on Windows. So close. Okay, y'all, that is going to be the end of today's stream. Basically, we verified that the alpha does not currently work on Windows. Maybe the migrate raw SQL migrate. I've had Prisma migrate wrong before when it compiles. Yeah. One thing I could do if I want to switch over to Postgres instead of SQLite, I don't think that's going to solve it. We can try it. I don't think it's going to solve it because the issue here is not a database error. The issue is that the query and mutation resolvers are not found. So this is like a code generation error. So does Blitz need to be configured with an auth strategy? It comes out of the box with an auth strategy. That's a good thought. It's a good guess. It comes out of the box with an auth strategy. As you can see, that out-of-the-box solution is not working. So I could spend a lot of time to fix it, but it seems like Seems like they're already aware of the issue. Okay, we'll spend 10 minutes and look into it. Let's spend. So it's like ready to work on. So they're aware of it and they're ready to work on it. But yeah, let me work on it for 10 minutes. I don't think I'm going to be able to fix it in 10 minutes. Check path. All right, let's echo path. Like, okay. This is definitely not a path issue, but I'll still echo path. Command line sticking. I'm going to come back in a minute. So this developer did not suggest what the fix might be either. So I really get to browse around the source code. Starting session middleware. Compiling error client and server. Okay. Let's see if I can find the session middleware. So blitz config, blitz config. Let's look inside of conmin. Israel, Sina, thank you for the follow. Command line finally unstuck. It's not turning up in search, but that doesn't mean it's not there. On Windows, like sometimes you just miss search results. Session middleware. So this is going to be a blitz config ts direct child of the parent, or direct child of the root. Okay. So I do not see a blitz config file. Imagine that. Blitz conf. Yeah, it looks like there is no blitz config file, so that's interesting. Command line unstuck so we can echo path. Yeah, so not really sure what I'm like looking for. I don't know if that was a joke or something. Like, what would be present or missing on path that would matter? The reason that I have blitz is because the yarn binary is connected, which it is. So I have the blitz version. But I don't think any of the rest of this stuff is on path. I will drop them updated version info. Because the other one link to issue, please. It is right there. Can you see that? Why are you using Windows? Just curious. It's my gaming PC. I also stream off of it. I don't use Windows on my day job, like that's for sure. 3558, correct. Very, very welcome. Thank you for asking. Okay, so the issue is that the mutations are not found. So a couple of possible issues. One is that they don't exist. Two is that there's some sort of like path connection issue. So here we can see Blitz dist. So these should be things that Blitz has built. There's the version 2.0 alpha. What are you doing? I am debugging a problem in a software framework. Do you use WSL2? I've used it. I don't usually use it. When I used it, it was still garbage, so I haven't had the heart to try it again. I've been told like now it's good, so maybe it's good now, but I haven't had the heart to try it again. So here are some chunks. These are looking good. That looks good to me. CodeGen CJS. Let's see. It could be a CodeGen issue. So what would I be looking for? I would be looking for Yeah, process ticks and rejections, internal task queues. This RPC handler. Why does it just assert that? You would think it would only assert that conditionally. Assert resolver map. Oh, the whole resolver map is not found. Might be the issue. So I'll set a breakpoint right here. I will double breakpoint it with the debugger keyword. I think this is going to work, maybe. Blitz debug. So we can do a debug configuration. All right, troubleshooting, VS Code debugger or Chrome DevTools. I'm going to use the VS Code debugger in this case, so there will be Blitz debug server side. Awesome. This is like a really optimal debugging pattern, so I'm glad Blitz supports it. So we go over here, VS Code, this is the Run and Debug tab. Create a JSON file. Over here, we'll pick the folder that I'd like to create it, select an environment. This is going to be Node. We could use the Chrome DevTools, but I'm not going to for the server side, at least not currently. Just want to make sure that these pieces are not needed. I'm going to keep this configuration. Okay, so these are looking good. Great, so let's grab this and replace the one that's generated by VS Code by default. Save that. Why free Codecamp and Codecademy over Udemy? Because of employer name recognition. There are two things that are important when you learn to code. One is that you actually learn to code. Two is that an employer believes that you know how to code. The second is actually more important for the hiring decision. Okay, so let's run and debug. Let's do it. You don't have an extension for debugging JSON with comments. Oh, I don't want to debug this file. Sorry, that was, sorry VS Code, I confused you. Can be replaced with yarn dev or blitz dev if you have blitz installed globally. Yeah. So Udemy better. No, employers will not recognize a particular Udemy course. They might recognize Udemy in general, because Udemy in general is very well known, but the particular courses are not well known. Does that make sense? Here's a launch JSON. So Codecademy and Free Codecamp, the courses are well recognized by employers. Udemy, you might be able to find a better course. Like, it wouldn't surprise me, but it would. Like, I have done research on this, and there's just not statistical data that Udemy courses, specific courses, are recognized by employers in general. Okay, for IntelliSense to learn about possible attributes. So what I wanted to update was this. This is the Blitz debug server side. Blitz debug full stack. Let's see. No, I don't want to debug full stack. I just want to debug server side right now. Okay. npm run dev, so I'll paste this twice. Blitz debug server side, Blitz global. Blue 42 said, "Hey." Going to boot camp by Trilogy SMU in Dallas. It's been amazing. SMU is a good school. Glad to hear that review. Make sure you go to course report and leave them a positive review. That's really important. So this will be Blitz excuse me, Blitz dev. Don't they test you anyways with a technical test, so the background should not matter? Yes, you're right. Yeah, passing the test is really important. You need to be able to get to the test. That's the thing. That's where employer recognition. So basically, employer recognition of the place where you learned is important for getting your resume floated. It's also useful for talking points during the interview, but that's like really not a big deal at all. It's mostly for getting your resume floated. I mean, all of this is secondary, right? The important thing is that you can code. The other stuff is like micro optimizations. Okay, so let's try to blitz dev, and let's see if this will grab my breakpoint this time. So we'll run in debug. Every engineer worth his daily has cocked IP. Okay, so this is rendering suspense, fast failed to reload. Nope, this is not expected. This is not expected. So it did not catch. It did not catch. Have you ever had an offer without a technical test? No. Although the quality of technical, like the rigor and the form of technical tests varies rather wildly, doesn't it? But I've never had an offer with straight up zero technical testing. How far past the course do I need to be in order to be considered to know how to code? You know how to code if you can pass an interview. That's the test. Can you pass an interview? You know how to code if you're a developer. In theory. Like, there's plenty of terrible developers, and you can say, that guy's hired, but he doesn't know how to code. But who cares? Like, if you're the person seeking a job, then that is the proper standard. The idea of mastery, the idea that you need to master a programming language, absolute nonsense. Okay, so this did not debug. Starting session middleware, starting handler. So this did not automatically debug. Let's go back to the troubleshooting here. Debugging client side, okay. Now server side code, okay. So I was looking at the client side debug information. So we need to do node options inspect. That makes plenty of sense. You can also do this. Yeah, I'll do one of these. I'll do one of these. Go to my package JSON. Here I've said blitz dev. I'm going to say blitz debug. Then in here, I will create a new package JSON script. So they recommend that we just reuse the dev script. I'm going to create a new debug script. And that passes the inspect option to dev. Okay. So we'll try this. Okay. So we'll try blitz debug. No bin debug found in module debug. Let me CD up a level. Cannot find module debug. Okay, I need to blitz run debug. Cannot find module run. Ooh, okay. Isn't this fun? So I can yarn debug. Why not just npm run it? Well, I'm not using the npm package manager is the main reason. Node options is not recognized. Right. So that needs to be export. Is it export on? Is this going to work? Let's see. Export is not recognized as an internal or external command. Okay. I'm in git bash. I had offered just from technical discussion. So I have also had 2 offers just from a technical discussion, more or less. But like I would still consider that a technical test. Okay. I want to do git bash export. So git bash export is not working for some reason. Long live TypeScript. Long live TypeScript. You sound stressed off this debug. Yeah. Variables are funny in Windows. Very true, very true. Okay, so this should work. Yeah, I can't inline it. That's the issue. So I need to double ampersand it. Verifying export worked. We'll see if we can interpolate that. This debug method is hard. Yep, full stack is a little bit nasty, isn't it? Export is still not recognized. Okay, git bash. Node options is not recognized. Why is export not working? Maybe we can do env-i. Not at all sure that this is going to work. Let's guess and check. I can do this on the command line right now. Doesn't work on Windows, maybe. Have you used set instead? That's a good thought. Let's try set. Let me try this. Foo equals bar. Echo foo. So it set it, but it will not echo it. Echo, What are you trying to do? Debugging 500. Yup. Export, I'm pretty sure is recognized. Export foo bar equals bar foo. Yeah, it worked fine, right? Now if I echo foo bar, I got bar foo. So export in git bash works totally fine. Somehow the Blitz dev, the Blitz dev is not using my git bash. Okay, so this is worth noting over here. Let me also try it the exact way that they specify, because I don't think I actually tried it the exact way that they specify. So here I'm going to do this. Okay, that worked just fine. So there is some issue. There is some issue in my debug script. All right, so I'm not going to bother them with that. I think like inside of the Yarn environment, I lose. Inside of the Yarn environment, I lose GitHub Bash somehow. Nice keyboard, a mechanical one. Yeah, it's the riser. Check it out. Bam. Sheesh. Clicky, clicky. This is so cool. Thank you very much. 2.1K likes. Awesome. Thanks. All right. So the debugger is why not try with npm? I will if I have to, but this seems to have worked. You can see that the inspector is on 9229. So how do I attach to it? You can use JavaScript debug terminal to debug node process on the command line. We're going to just try and run the thing, and then we will see if it auto attaches. Ideally, it auto attaches. Otherwise, I can do like all the other things if I need to. Okay, so just refresh the page. Oh no, it failed. Can you set a default command line with Yarn? Maybe, I'm not sure. All right, so this failed. It did not grab my, my debugger keyword. Now my debugger keyword is buried over here. So this, like, the debugger might ignore node modules. There's a chance of that. So let me put a higher level debugger. User info. Yeah, let's see. Put one in here. This is probably going to break in my UI. I don't think it's going to break on my server. Ooh. What? Cannot find tsconfig. Does tsconfig really not exist? Conamin tsconfig. Conamin. tsconfig is right here. What do you mean you can't find it? It can't read it. Is it formatted incorrectly? Oh, it wants it to be a level higher. I'm going to move everything up a level. So this will be chore launch.json. Probably need to refresh TypeScript. No, it's just expecting it to be up a level. Thank you for the follow. All right. So here's the Conamin subfolder. We're going to take all this stuff and move it up a level. Let me cancel that. What is it talking about? VS Code extension settings. Let's grab the extensions and the settings, drop those over there. Delete this VS Code. Okay. Other than that, we good. Readme and get ignore, replace them, that's fine. How much do you go live? About once a week, maybe more, kind of depends. 2.6K likes. Thank you. Hey, if you're on TikTok, we had over 100 people on TikTok a second ago. If you're on TikTok, check out YouTube or Twitch. You'll be able to see the entire screen. It's going to be a lot easier to see things. Boom, boom, boom. Hopefully it's easier to see things on YouTube and Twitch now that I've moved my face to the left-hand side. Looks like that move is still in progress because Node Modules is so big. Got a bunch of follows just now. Thank you so much. I'll shout them out. We got Jesus Moreno. Ooh, ePerm operation not permitted. That's fine. We can just delete Node Modules. ls cd up ls. So we're going to rimref. No, let's try and MV it before we try and RM it. MV node or CP it. No, I want to MV it. We got some command line stickiness going on. Permission denied. That is wild. All right, bye Node Modules. Yeah, so we got Jesus Moreno, Knee Gear, Great Needham, and Navista. I'm not sure if I said that right. Aren't you live on Twitch right now? Yes, I am. .vs code is generated by the user, right? I imagine it's ignored. Run VS Code as admin. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. On TikTok and Twitch. This is TX Autogloss. What's up? What's up? SMU, right? SMU boot camp. Okay, so we moved about half our stuff up a level. We deleted Node Modules, so now we can move the rest of it. So let's move the rest of it. We're going to override the get, ignore, and the readme. That's totally fine. Cool. So now I can delete this Kahneman subfolder. I would like to... Hey! My dad is in the chat. What's up? Big D. So it's my dad, and his name is also David. So I think we can call him Mr. D. Or Mr. Vanderveer is probably better, isn't it? Okay. So basically, I want to merge conflicts here. Not a big deal. So I'm going to grab the intro line and move it over. Then there's this blurb about economic versus financial health that I would very much like to keep. So I'll copy all that, and I'll toss it at the end of the Blitz generated things. Save it, conflicts resolved, no problem. So we'll stage all that. Commit message here is chore, move things up a level. Do you even know how to dev blockchain? A little bit. So we'll push that. John, thanks for the live. Learned a new way to debug. Hey, have a great one. Okay. Cool. So here is the index TSX, and I will need to reinstall now. So let's yarn. Do you know how to code? I'm still trying to figure it out. Thanks for asking. JD Aesthetics follow. Thank you for the follow, JD. Got 5 or 10 minutes remaining in the stream today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We got over 90 people on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, feel free to check out YouTube or Twitch. You will be able to see the whole screen. It's going to be a lot easier for you to read the code. What are you coding? I'm trying to build an investment comparison app. So given multiple investment opportunities, including non-financial investment opportunities, what is the optimal selection given various user-specific criteria? Cool, so Yarn is doing its thing. That will take a moment. In the meantime, what can we do in the meantime? Almost at 3,000 likes. Let's get it over 3,000. Got 125 people in the chat. We can definitely get it over 3,000 likes. Okay, so the import error is gone. That's exactly what we wanted. Now it's just complaining that React's not installed. We'll take care of that momentarily. Maybe this will fix our debugging issue. So we have a launch JSON. Show all automatic debug configurations. I would like to show, add config. Does your app use AI? Not currently. Your volume on Twitch is kind of quiet. Ooh. Oh, it's a headphone mic? Oh no. Hello, hello. Is this better? I thought I was using my webcam audio, but I guess I might have been using my headphone mic possibly. Headphone mic, headphone mic. Yeah, it's quiet. Test, test. Test, test. Oh, this is an easy way to test. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it is my webcam mic. It's just labeled. It's just labeled as headphone. Let's crank it up. That ought to be better, huh? Yep, now you ought to be able to hear it better. Let me know how that is. I think you can hear it better. Wow, the installation is taking a long time. So in the meantime, we can clean up some tabs. Here's the repository once again, open source, Vanderveer/Kahneman. Thank you for the likes. We're over 4,000 now. That's awesome. Let's see if I can see who's giving these likes. Oh, it's not telling me. I would love to shout you out, but it's not telling me. KRNJ, thanks for the follow. Infinite, thanks for the follow. Uncle G, thanks for the follow. Okay, great. So the installation is done. Now let's try to open a file which can be debugged or run, create a launch JSON file. The way that we are going to do this, JavaScript debug terminal, Kahneman. Okay, so this is a JavaScript debug terminal. Bro, I decided to learn C language first. Is it a good decision? C is a pretty bad first language. But I don't know. If you're a genius, maybe it's going to be cake. C is rough. I'll tell you this. If you end up hating C, don't blame all of programming. Just pick a different language and try again. Okay, so failed address already in use. Debug URL. Okay, let's try to debug on a URL. Why not? No problem, right? Would you like to save a configuration in your launch JSON for easy access later? Yes, why not? So let's look at my source control. Source control doesn't note any differences. So seems like some other launch JSON, maybe my global launch JSON, was just edited. Instead of, I want to use this launch JSON, but somehow it was not picking up the reference. Okay, so it launched a Chrome tab, so like I don't even know what's going on. But we're going to debug the server through Chrome. Okay, cool. It's got nothing in the sources, so that wasn't very helpful. How often do you go live now? Usually about once a week. Bro, just check what process is using the port. I know what process is using the port. Cannot find module React. Ooh, yeah, you should be able to. How can you not find React? Let's look at my package JSON. React is right here. How can you not find React? I need to refresh. Let me close and open this again. Feels like it's like out of date or something. New terminal, Economin. I'm going to crush all these previous ones because they're acting dumb. New terminal. In the Economin repo. Is the backend node? Yes, it is. Check node modules folder to make sure it was installed. That's a great call. So let's ls pipe grep react. There it is. We're here. It's a good check. Okay, it still thinks that it's not there. Next image. Here is React. Process of eliminating errors one by one. Yeah, basically. Blitz dev, it could be a Blitz thing. Maybe I need to run it for it to load. Best recommendation for learning programming. Codecademy. Codecademy Pro, the front end path. So we're getting the same error. Get current user is the issue. Okay. That's expected. What's not really expected is that I cannot debug it. To debug server-side Blitz code with Chrome DevTools, you need to pass inspect to the underlying node process. Okay, so they're they're basically suggesting that I should use DevTools. Okay. So let's try this again. I mean, it worked. I just it's just like more for me to set up. I thought it was going to let me use VS Code debugging. Cool, so we could use the debug package. That's too much. I'm not going to do that. Let's see. See, based on this, Debug server side, I was expecting terminal. Command npm run dev. Basically, I think my launch configuration is not working. Okay, so let me go over here, grab this, and then I'll Control P, Control Shift O, Control Shift P, launch, open launch.json. Yeah, so this is like my this is my workspace.json. Okay, so this is what was being used, and that's not what I want. So let me grab all this stuff. I'll put it over here. Now I should be able to see more stuff in my run and debug. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Thank you for all the follows. Let's shout them out. We got, oh, it's not Laravel, it's Blitz. Very similar though. Restart VS Code. Yeah, I think that's the right solution. If I restart VS Code, it'll be gone. James, thanks for the follow. RCC 2022, thanks for the follow. Michael, thanks for the follow. Michael Reynes. Enrique, what's up? Wow, we're over 8,000 likes. Let's try and get to 10,000. I bet we can do it. All my terminals are trashed, so I'm going to close this real quick because I really want that error to go away. It's like a fake error, basically. Just open the root folder in VS Code. That's not how we roll over here. It's not how we roll over here, yo. Root folder mode is for the weak. Cool, so we see, at least at the moment, the suspense error is gone. VS Code just needed to reload. Cool, I like programming too. What you do, brother? Like for my day job, I work for a company called Upstart, which is a fintech. Musty might be right. No, it doesn't matter. Look, ta-da, it works. It doesn't matter. Okay. I want to collapse this node modules. It's way too big. Did I just read she bangs? She bang. That's amazing. Oh no, it's shebang. Okay. In my head, I read she bangs like the. Hey, there's a bug in code. Yep. Okay, so we out here, and now I would like to debug my node module. So let's go to the debug tab. Let's see, launch program debug server side. Oop, I think I clicked the wrong thing. Blitz debug server side. Let's go. Yes, now I have a debug terminal. Progress. I'm not seeing the breakpoints that I set previously, so I think it might have been removed. I might need to re-add it. But we have the debugger running now. Loaded scripts. Let's scroll this up. Yeah, see, I have no breakpoints. Okay, where was the issue? Get current user. App users, get current user. Here's get current user. I'll throw a debugger in here. This thing like obviously exists, but the RPC is not getting to it. So there's an issue in RPC. I forgot where exactly that file was. If it errors, it'll tell us. So I guess let's just go make it error again, I guess. Why don't you hide the node module folder in the workspace? Yeah, that might be a good idea. Sometimes I need to get in there, though. That's the thing. Like, I even need to get in there today. Monty, Fashion Star, Loth, thank you all for the follows. I am a toast. How do I say your name? Your username. That's funny. I am a toast. I don't know. That's a funny name. Hey, if you're on TikTok, you'll be able to see better if you go over to um, YouTube or Twitch. This is a different Blitz project. What on earth is going on? Wow, what on actual earth is going on? Loaded from another environment. Was I just, oh, you know what? This might be on me. I might have just launched that in the wrong place. Terminal, cancel this. Is that React? Kind of. It's called Blitz, which is a framework on top of React. Told you not to use workspaces. No. No, we always use workspaces. I need to quickly look up reference code, for example. Workspaces for the win. And I'm working on different projects at any hour of the day. It's super annoying to have to switch. And sometimes I want to run and debug multiple projects simultaneously. So this is in the Kahneman terminal. The Blitz Debugger is using this out of Desolate. So this is why that's happening. Waiting for Debugger to disconnect. WebStorm over VS Code, fight me. Yeah, WebStorm is just terrible. It's not even worth the fight. Look up data. Look up data on like what programmers use. No one uses WebStorm. JetBrains is cool. RubyMine, PyCharm is all right. Although I'll do my Python and VS Code as well. Definitely Java. They definitely got the win on Java. So you can have multiple VS Code windows. Yeah, I could have like 8 terminals open if I want to also. I just don't want to. Okay, so this is the Blitz debug server is in the wrong folder. So this is Desolate. I would like to go to Kahneman. Okay, so let me look in this debug configuration. Is there anything about Desolate in here? Okay, it's just the first folder path. Global. Command is Blitz Debug. Are we using Blitz Debug? I feel like we decided Blitz Debug doesn't work. Yeah, so we decided Blitz Debug doesn't work. So we just want to Blitz Dev. We just want to Blitz Dev. Cool. Launch JSON, Blitz Debug. I want to get rid of this word debug. Yeah, Blitz Dev. I might need to specify a folder to run in here. I think that could be the thing that's missing. JetBrains created Kotlin and WebStorm. Okay. Did JetBrains really create Kotlin? Wow. I feel like I learned that one time and then I forgot it. That's cool. Okay. So here is this Blitz Run configuration. Let's hit play. Blitz debug server side is already running. So let's cancel this. Stop. We stopped that. Okay, we'll play this. Yeah, it's opening up the Desolate folder. It's opening up the Desolate folder. That must be because it's the first path. So I just need to specify which one. Launch configuration, VS Code. Does Android dev have better salary than backend? I'm not sure. Check Indeed. Stuff fluctuates over time. Let's see, maybe this will help us. Global. Property path is not allowed. Okay. Launch configuration, VS Code, workspace, which path? Maybe program is what I want. Oh, okay, here could be another thing. CD, all of this. Okay, so let's try this again. Debug server side, I don't want to do that. Debug Blitz global. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Cool. All right, that seemed to fix things. Awesome. Okay, so this is the error that we expected. Here is the RPC dist. Right, the debugger is gone. I need to make sure that this is in the GitHub issue that I created, because basically there's a problem in this code. Hey, the good news is we found out where the problem is. The problem is in this code, and every time it recompiles, it wipes out my debuggers. Because this is inside of a dist folder, so that's super annoying. So here we are. Let's add a debugger keyword. And we will also put a visual breakpoint. This time I expect it to work. I might need to restart the server, but I basically expect it to work this time. Ooh. That is a bit unexpected. Oh, it did it again just now. So it wiped out my breakpoint. Yo, that is super annoying. Is this a caught exception or an uncaught exception? I'll break on both of those. That's probably going to be a mistake, but I'll do it. Okay. How can I debug this when it rebuilds every time? I need to find the source script and put a debug in that. Okay, so this is in a dist folder. There should be some kind of like place it comes from. Blitz.js RPC dist. Do you type debugger instead of console.log? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Okay, so RPC, we need to look through these. I'm not sure which one it's in. Generator? No. Oh, here's RPC. So, oh, it's like a multi-level dist. That's fun. Okay. Yeah, dude. The way that they've set these packages up is really hard to debug. This should not be, this should not be getting rebuilt. This should not be getting rebuilt. And I don't have the appropriate packages to search, like who is calling this? Oh, you know what? I thought I didn't, but we lucked out. We got lucky. So it appears that we call it directly, which I'm very, very, very surprised about. I thought we would be calling it indirectly, but it seems we call it directly. Cool, I guess, maybe. Did I miss something? Why are you looking at the dist? You don't think it's compile related, do you? Command click on the method to see the callers. So I'm looking at the dist in node modules for a library. So this is the library distribution. This is not my code distribution. Okay. Setup Blitz server is also a library code. So this is like, it's kind of setup Blitz server, but really it's because the mutation doesn't exist. So if this will not debug here, we are in trouble. Oh, here's another thing I can do. I can debug right here and step into it. Let me try, before I do that, let me try one more time. I'm going to clear the command line. Does it maybe have an issue with versioning? Yeah, maybe. I thought it meant lightning. Okay, so let's try this again, basically. Yeah, we got something going. This is not what I want. Next commands. This is not what I want. Unable to find custom server. Sorry, don't care. This is not what I want. See, now that we're catching all handled and unhandled, this is just like way too much. Let's only look at caught exceptions. It's still too much. So we'll take those away again. Do breakpoints alone not work? In theory, they should, but for some reason, they're not sticking. They're not sticking. So there could be something goofed up. I've seen in the past, I don't know, I don't really remember exactly, but I've seen like a debugger would skip node modules. I thought that that had to be set up though, and I don't believe that that's set up. Ah, this is cool. Look, you see how it's not going away? That means that get current user, yeah, get current user is still pending. So I think the debugger stuck. So let's check VS Code. We have a debugger. I think what might have happened is that I ran the debug task and then I set the breakpoints afterwards. And for some reason that didn't fly. I needed to set them before for some reason. Okay. So let's get rid of this. I don't care about you anymore. Step over. Let's actually play and see if I hit the debugger keyword. Boom. Okay. So they are both working. Both methods are working. And now the problem is going to be that this is, yeah, the problem is that this isn't defined. Balls. Okay. So this might be obvious to someone more familiar with the code, but the root cause of the error is that it's undefined inside of the RPC handler. Blitz.js RPC. Okay, so we did another step of debugging there. Maybe later I'll investigate why that is the case. But at the moment, that's as far as I've gone. Also, closing issue because I was able to blitz dev in the top folder. Again, I think originally I didn't cd econ. So close with comment. Could you check what get resolver map does? All right, I'll take a look. I really need to close the stream. So we're going to close this in about 2 minutes, but on your wonderful request, I will check it. Double check the undefined function definition. Yeah, black programmer, you're exactly right. So we know that this is the root cause. The next step would be to look inside of that function, which I haven't done yet. And y'all are both asking for it, so I will do it. Let me go back to, let's see. Seems related to latest comment. Okay, so we'll close. I'll leave it open in case we find something cool. So we just know that this assertion, yeah. From there, that's predictable. So let's go to that here. We'll play through. I need to trash the whole terminal because, as we discovered, the breakpoints need to be set before running the debug task or the thing gets mad. So here's the get resolver map. How hard are you pressing your keys? I'm not pressing them that hard. They're just clicky. Samurai Jack, thanks for the follow. Woyala, cool name. Cyberweb, thanks for the follow, y'all. Load Blitz. I have a guess that it's going to be due to that function there. Let's go ahead and dive into this function. G. What is G? Oh, so this is some Webpack magic. Internal Blitz RPC resolver files. Defaulted to null. Get global object. So it's not set onto the global object properly. I don't want to debug these because I think they'll be used many times. I think this works great. This works great because this is the specific time that we care about. Really, I mean, the smartest thing to do is just to move this debugger right there, isn't it? Okay, so let's try this again. If undefined, it should return a default value. That would be ideal. Okay, that seems because of the working directory not being the project's root. Yeah, maybe. I feel like you're kind of stuck on like this one idea. How do people learn all these new frameworks so fast? If you learn the fundamentals, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, the Blitz compiler should have no knowledge of the fact that VS Code is configured for workspace. Working directory not being the project's root. The working directory is the project's root. So I see you got a +1, but I'm still not sure that that is correct. Where are you from? Originally from Texas, and I'm currently living near DC. Cool. All right, so here is this. We will step in, and now we ended up here as we wanted. Now we will step in again, and we end up here as we wanted. Okay, so this is where we want to be. Right, but you're using the launch config from a global file. So did you see what I wrote in the launch config? So in the launch config, I set the working directory to the project root. So let me know if you still think that that's an issue, and maybe explain a little bit more of the reason why. Okay, so we're on the debug, and we're going to investigate global and global this. Okay, so we have the global right here, and we have global this. Oh, look, WebAssembly. What's up, WebAssembly? How you doing? I can first of all look for what the program is looking for. So this is null. Okay, so why is it null instead of undefined? I mean, it's initialized to null. Get global object, this. Thank you for the follows. 3 more follows. Oh, over 100 viewers. Thank you so much. See, with 100 viewers, I bet we can get to 10K likes. Let's see if we can get to 10K likes. Josh Williams, thanks for the follow. What college courses help you the most? Are you self-taught? I have a PhD in economics. I did not learn programming in college. So I learned from Codecademy and from doing personal projects. So let's see how this get global object thing works. Blitz assert key. Internal blitz, okay, ABC. Here's blitz session cookie, blitz suspense enabled. Internal blitz resolver files. So this would be global dot this internal blitz resolver files. Okay, so it seems to be working as expected. It's just the stuff never attaches. Stuff never attaches. Yeah, let me grab a snippet of this. This would be helpful. Okay, so we did another level of root cause analysis. Hi, do you do classes on YouTube? I would like to, but I have not gotten a critical mass of people. So check the link in my bio and consider emailing me. I would love to set that up if we can get a group of 3 or more. I do one-on-one mentoring in the meantime. These type of errors are the worst. Yeah, absolutely. What framework are we using? This is Blitz.js. All right, so we did another level of root cause analysis. We found that the RPC resolver files just never get loaded, and I don't know the reason why. Hopefully this benefits the maintainers, and they would ideally understand how these are supposed to get loaded, and they would be able to investigate that further. If I have more time at some other point, I might as well. The stream's now at 2.5 hours, so this has been quite a long stream for me. The framework, I'll just wrap up and answer the last question. The framework is called Blitz. You can learn more at blitzjs.com. Blitz.js for what? A website? Yeah, that's correct. And basically, this is a full stack framework similar to Ruby on Rails or Laravel, but I believe better than either. And so, I mean, there's a bunch of reasons for that. I won't review them, but you can learn more on the website. Is it JavaScript? Well, this is TypeScript, but it's JavaScript with types, so close enough. What project are you busy on right now? I'm trying to build an investment comparison tool. Which to choose, Blitz, Next, or React? It depends on the level that you're at. As a junior, just learn React. Are you self-taught? I am. I'm a self-taught programmer. I have a PhD in economics, but I have no computer science background. So everyone, thanks for joining. Please follow. I'll leave the stream open about maybe 20 seconds more, just so that you can smash the follow and the subscribe and the like and all of that. And I hope to see you around. I try to stream about once a week. JC Slay All Day says, thank you so much for this. Very welcome. Thanks for being here. It was great to meet you virtually. Johnny Poet says, thanks, man. Very welcome. Adam, thanks for the follow. John Michael Mancuso with a last-minute question. Where did you learn to code? I learned from Codecademy, and I recommend that to others. The Codecademy Developer Pro front-end path, if you can afford it, is my preferred recommendation. And then FreeCodeCamp is pretty good. It's a little dated, but for the price, it's great. Yeah, if you want, I'll say this as a last minute pitch because I'm seeing a ton of questions dive in. Why is it so hard to get the first job? So Codecademy is not free, bro. YouTube is best. Yeah, so I said Codecademy Pro front-end developer path if you can afford it. Otherwise, FreeCodeCamp is best for the price, I recommend. I'm getting a bunch of questions at the last minute, so I will just mention that if you would like to personally learn to code from me, I encourage you to check out latterly.io. That's latterly.io. And this is, you can learn to code here. There's an open source curriculum. And then I also do one-on-one teaching, which is not open source. And so there's two levels basically, open source and